Let's start with the moment that truly shattered our hearts into a million pieces. We've watched Rocco Falconeri grow up on our screens, the sweet boy caught in the crossfire of his parents' endless battles. So to see him being led away in handcuffs, it was a visceral punch to the gut. The scene was a masterclass in emotional storytelling. There was Laura Spencer, our legendary mayor, a woman who has faced down mob bosses and Cassadine curses, completely and utterly powerless. The look on her face, a devastating cocktail of shock, fear, and maternal fury, was absolutely haunting. You could feel her world tilting on its axis. This isn't some political rival or a supernatural threat. This is her grandson, her family. And Rocco? Sweet Rocco. The confusion and sheer terror in his eyes as he's processed, treated not like a kid who made a terrible mistake, but like a common criminal, was almost too much to bear. This is a kid who carries the weight of his parents' choices every single day. Dante and Lulu's legacy is a complicated one, and now Rocco is paying an unimaginable price for a crime that reeks of a setup or a tragic, misguided act of desperation. You just know Laura is about to shift into full mama bear mode. The system might see a suspect, but she sees her grandson, a scared, lost young man who needs protection, not persecution. The question is, who set this in motion, and how far will Laura go to shield him from a fate he may not deserve? Grab the tissues, because this storyline is about to take us on a painful, poignant journey about family, legacy, and the length we go to for those we love. The offer he couldn't refuse? Rick Lansing drops a bombshell on Sonny. Just when you thought the emotional whiplash couldn't get any more intense, enter Rick Lansing. Yes, that Rick Lansing. Seeing him back in Sonny's orbit is like watching a storm cloud roll in over the harbor. You just know things are about to get messy. But here's the twist that nobody saw coming. Instead of the usual veiled threats or legal posturing, Rick came with a peace offering, an olive branch wrapped in a shocking proposal that left Sonny Corinthos visibly staggered. We're so used to seeing Sonny as the unflappable king of his domain, but for a split second, Rick's words stripped all that away. The camera closed in on Sonny's face, and we saw it. Not just anger, but a flicker of genuine, world-altering surprise. What could Rick possibly have offered? A deal to dissolve their bitter feud once and for all? A secret about their shared, complicated past? A piece of information that could topple an entire empire? The beauty is, we don't know yet, and that's what makes it so brilliantly compelling. This isn't just about two old rivals. This is about history, about blood, about the ghosts that refuse to stay buried. Sonny has spent a lifetime building walls to protect himself and his family, and with a few quiet words, Rick found a crack. Is this a genuine chance for healing, or the most sophisticated trap Rick has ever laid? Our guts are churning with a mix of hope and sheer dread. Why this episode hit different? So why did November 13th feel like such a game changer? Because it went straight to the heart. This wasn't about flashy action sequences or over-the-top plot devices. It was raw human emotion in its purest form. We witnessed the terrifying vulnerability of a parent or grandparent realizing they can't always protect their child from the world. And we saw the seismic shock of a decades-old conflict potentially being rewritten in an instant. It was a powerful reminder that in Port Charles, the most dangerous battles aren't fought with guns, but with secrets, with history, and with the unbreakable, sometimes suffocating, bonds of family. Don't you dare miss what happens next. Seriously, how are we supposed to wait to find out what happens? The stakes are never higher. Will Laura be able to clear Rocco's name before his future is ruined? And can Sonny actually trust the man who has betrayed him more than almost anyone? Port Charles is at a tipping point, and we have a front row seat to the explosion. The drama is just getting started, and you know it's going to be legendary. So tell me everything. What was your biggest gasp out loud moment? Do you think Rick is being sincere, or is this his ultimate power play? And how are we going to survive until the next episode? Share all your thoughts, theories, and feelings in the comments below. Let's unravel this incredible drama together.